My cart is so full, I literally can't fit another item in it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Thrift With Me video. Let's see what we can find today. So it's going to be a glorious day in Oregon today. So I actually dressed a little bit more extra because I am not battling the rain. So I'll show you guys my outfit later, but I want to show you my shoes right now. So there's this new trend where you stick brooches on your shoes, and I decided to try it out today. And hopefully I don't lose any of them as I'm walking around. So our aisle has been giving, and I've only been here for a few minutes, and I literally grabbed everything I could see as fast as humanly possible before other people could find pieces. Now I also had some help from some other shoppers who know me, and they picked out some pieces for me and gave them to me because they didn't want to buy them. So it was a group effort for sure. But a lot of original paintings of all different varieties. This one I think is probably the cutest that I picked up. Look at this beach scene. Love this. It's $7. It needs a repair, unfortunately. The screw, it has no nut, but it doesn't seem like it's threadbare. I think there's enough down there to hook onto. The patina is fantastic. So I think I may give it a shot and just find a screw for it, or rather a nut for it. This little plaque is kind of cute. It is $3. I sell a lot of these little wall plaques that are just like prints adhered to boards. So I'm gonna get this for my booth. I was excited about this piece, but it's broken right there. So it's supposed to look like that, which is such a bummer because pewter pieces here locally are starting to sell really well. This is $8, but sadly broken. So I think this is newer. It's definitely based off some mid-century designs, but you can tell because this gold color is definitely not brass. It's painted this way. So this is really interesting. I've never seen anything like this. The bell does not have a clapper. I kind of get the sense that it's missing something, but this is all metal that the bell is hanging in, and this is leather, and it's painted. It is only $1.99. Okay, I need to look it up. Such a bummer that this was painted, and also it has glitter. But right here in my hand are some hand-painted little wood pieces, and they're so cute. Wait till I show you guys them. Look at how cute these are. They're so well done. So I kind of love this. The message is beating the competition is relatively easy, but beating yourself is a never-ending commitment. It's $2. It's such a quirky find, but I think I'm gonna put it in the cart. Some cool pottery pieces. I don't know if this one was meant to be like a creamer and they forgot the spout or filled it in because this is so thick, but I love what they did on the side, like the pattern. This is very well done. Love the heart. Has the stamp on the bottom. $3.99. Price is right. Okay, this is also going in the cart. I think I might need to get a second cart because look at all the stuff that I've gotten. I've been here probably 20 minutes. This is really pretty, $3. And next to it is this really pretty piece. I want to have some friends over for like a garden party, and so I want to pick up pieces like this, but I feel like I need to schedule it before I start shopping for it. So this is very strange, but I kind of love it. $4.99. It doesn't have a hanging mechanism, so I probably will pass on it because it is so weird, and I don't love the face as much as the body. So I'm gonna let someone else bring that home. You know, I'm always looking for bells. This one is lovely, but no clapper, and there's no way I think to put one in. It looks kind of, well, actually there is a hole there, but it's also pretty bent, so probably pass. So I got excited about this box, but then I realized it was for pet remains. So how you know if these boxes were for remains and held remains, and by remains I mean ashes, is because they have a slidey out drawer at the bottom. So if you ever pick up a carved wood box or decorative box that has this, that means someone's ashes, either a pet or a person, were likely inside. So I like where the person was going with this, but they lost me at the glaze choices. This piece is absolutely stunning. Love the scallops around the edge and the glaze in the center. It was made by Pam. It's $6.99. I think this has to be a yes. So I just grabbed this out of a new cart. $4, a very cool stone vase. It's actually not busted. This is just a discoloration in the stone. I think it's wonderful. So I went through the art aisle again and I found 3 of these adorable little art prints. Definitely vintage, $2 each. I also grabbed this very interesting painting. Not sure what's happening here. Maybe an eruption, or is that sunlight hitting the mountain? And I also found this. These might be, maybe not feathers, maybe they're actually butterfly wings. I don't know. Or they're flowers? Oh no, maybe flowers. Anyways, very cool piece. So I found this ceramic goblet and it does not seem to have a mate. I was looking everywhere in this aisle and there's so much in this aisle. It's bursting, literally bursting with glassware. I feel like no one should buy new glasses ever. They should come straight to the thrift store. But sadly, no mate to this guy. This is really interesting. It is 10. It says as is, so I'm not sure where it's broken because there are definitely some pieces that have been chipped, but I feel like that's not a huge deal. But it feels really lightweight, and maybe that it's a reproduction. You hear me say all the time that I can't sell any pictures, although I did just sell a picture, which is so funny. This one is very cool. $7, well done, very interesting. But I don't know if it was meant to have some sort of top because it has this lip right here where one would rest, but that doesn't really make sense because usually you don't have a top on a picture. It's definitely not like a teapot. So I don't know, can't decide. $7 is a little more than I want to spend on something that I'm not sure someone else is going to want. Now this shoe is totally fun. It's $5, very lightweight. Love the iridescent glaze because of the way it's fired. I feel like this is a yes to take home. So the newly minted shell collector feels like I need this serving platter or dip platter. Japan, it's $10. It's really lovely, but I'm trying not to pick anything up for entertaining unless I have something on the calendar. You really got to go down every aisle because this seasonal candle holder is in the pots and pans aisle, and this really adorable brass frame has also been abandoned in the pots and pans aisle. So you really got to go down every single aisle when you go to the thrift store. So I opened this box and found the most adorable glass apple dishes. Looks like there's a dozen of them for $7.99. I'm not sure what I would do with them. I guess I could use them as tea rests because I always need tea bag rests, but this is a maybe. I am literally running out of room in my cart. Hello, cute. Hello, adorable box that is in the pans aisle again. Looks like someone went through their cart here too, and there's all sorts of stuff that's not meant to be in this aisle. This is really lovely. So this is a yes. One thing I'm always surprised at is how expensive napkin rings are at thrift stores. Every time I find a set, usually they're $7.99 or above. It's wild. My cart is so full, I literally can't fit another item in it. So I was on my way to go through my cart and I end up finding a bunch of stuff in a new cart. Like this awesome vintage mustard jar. This is from France. And I actually just sold one recently like it. This really pretty frame. And this wild looking dude, love him. And another looks like old jar for some sort of spice. So yeah, really excited about that new card that came out. So this piece I'm so excited about. This will be for me. It is a poppy painting and I have a poppy art collection that I just showed you guys for the first time a few months ago. So this is going to be added to that collection. So I was just going up to the register and stopped at the end cap because of these amazing glasses. And when I looked at the bottom, it said France in them. So I think these are all going to be a yes. Well, maybe not because the color is actually chipping away. Just found this incredible piece in the sporting goods aisle, but it's $20, which seems a little high, especially since it is not really signed on the bottom by anyone of note that I can tell. So I'm going to ask a friend to see what he thinks, but it's probably a pass. This piece is absolutely incredible. I can't believe all the detail and the colors are good. Wow. I'm trying to look. Okay, so there's like a little chippy there, but I wonder if I can actually fill that in because it's just on the underside of the glaze. So I may chance it. So that stop was so good. I got, I think, over 10 pieces of original art, which is crazy. I haven't gotten art at this location in a long time, so very excited about it. I wanted to show you my sweater. So it's super long and it has these like colorful buttons, and I think it's like mohair. Anyways, I got it thrifting. I paid up for it. It was like $40 at one of the thrift stores in town, and I just bought it on a whim. No idea where it's from. There's no tags. It's in perfect condition. Anytime I wear it, people lose their minds. They love it. They want to go and buy it themselves, and I have to report to them, I'm sorry, I have no idea the background on the sweater. And when I originally was doing like research on it, could not find it. So maybe one has popped up since I bought it over the summer. But anyways, love wearing the sweater because it's always such a hit. Okay, so now I gotta load the car. I have a huge box of breakables, so a lot of goodies in here, and then I have all of my pieces of art, just tons and tons of pieces of art. So that was a very good stop. So actually, before we go to the next stop, I wanted to show you my two favorite pieces of art that I picked up. I mean, I love the poppy one because that's going in my collection, but to sell, oh gosh, can you even see? I guess you can kind of see. This is a watercolor on like dark brown, like butcher paper, and it's framed really good, brown frame. It just feels very European to me. So excited about it. And this piece, totally the polar opposite. This is something that's newer, but it's so fascinating with the hands. I think it's just so cool. So anytime I can find pieces like this, I usually pick them up because they sell in my booth because people love weird, eclectic art just like me. Okay, so next up is another Goodwill, and then we're gonna try some super thrifts, which I never go to because they're on the opposite side of town. But I wanna go somewhere different today. Walking into Goodwill number 2. First thing I found is this abacus, and it is only $3.99. This wood tray is incredible. I feel like I should get it for my art supplies. Obviously someone used it for painting as well. This handmade box is absolutely huge, but it's giving casket to me. So I don't think I can buy it because of that. This is super cute. It is $7.99. Okay, yeah, pass on that. A little too expensive for me. This is nice, but I would need to add one of those hanging mechanisms on it. It is $4.99. I like the little jewels and the brass details on this, but $4.99 is a little steep for me, so I'm gonna pass. So I just pulled this off of the end cap. I have never found one of these that is shaped like an owl. This is amazing to me. Usually I find dolphins or other fish, and usually if I do find them, something has broken, and that's why they're in the thrift store. So really excited about this guy. He's so solid. He just has the crack here, but that's kind of part of the wood and not necessarily like breakage or a flaw. He's $12.99. And then I also grabbed this really pretty brass frame because picture frames are selling so well for me in my booth. So I nearly lost it thinking I finally found some lucite candles in the wild, but they are sadly not the vintage kind. They're from 2019 and they say let's rock on them. So they're a pet. Oh wait. These are not lucite candles. I just realized they're drumsticks. That is so funny. This cat is adorable. It's $1.99. That face, I think, has to come home. Walking into my first super thrift in a very long time. This is a pretty lidded pot. Mexican pottery, $8. I think for $8, I'll probably pass on it. The shell lover in me really wants this one. It is $3, but I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, more worn. So it's just a little too pale for me. I was excited about this vase, but I think it's actually almost like a plastic. The top part and the bottom are metal, but it feels very lightweight. So yeah, and it's also damaged. This is a sweet handmade dish for $1. So far, this is the only thing that has appealed to me. Hello, cute little doggy. He's a buck and very tempting to bring home. Jewelry boxes have been selling really well in the booth that I share with my mom, but I don't know how this cherry one would do because most of them have been like a more medium tone brown, and this is very, very red. Now this is a teapot. Wow, it has some chippies, so I'll probably be passing on it. But this is an incredible thing to have built. This store gets so much furniture. It's crazy. Look at all of these armoires and media cabinets. Every time I'm in the purse aisle, I'm hoping for a Dooney or a Coach bag because they are still so hot. This little series of paintings is kind of sweet. They are $3 each. I love the little heart right there. Well, sadly, that stop was a bust. Nothing in there really appealed to me that much. And the one thing that did was $8. So on to the next stop, walking into the next super thrift. Well, that was a bummer. There wasn't even anything to show you guys. So that's why we just went in and out. So I think I'm going to head to Value Village next. Walking into Value Village. This is an exciting find. It is an enamel copper plate, $3.99. These can be worth quite a bit. It has a little bit of damage here, but I think it's worth picking up. This handmade pot is pretty, but it's a little bit wonky, so I think I'll pass. Look at this little lamp that I just pulled off of a new cart. It's a shell, and it has a maroon pleated shade. I couldn't have manifested anything cuter than this. I gotta test it out to see if it works, but this may be my favorite find of today. These little marble goblets are so cute. It's $5.99 for a set of 4. I need to check them over though before I get them in case they have any chips. This is a really pretty vase. I like this part of it, like the reds and rose colors. Not so much this side because it's too pastel, but this side is fantastic. This box is pretty. Let's see what it says. Carved from California redwood. And let me see if the inside is okay. Looks pretty good. Has some dust and lint and stuff. I can get that out. It is $4.99. Okay, we're gonna add it to the cart. Anyone else a sucker for large, exaggerated office supplies? I love this. This mug is pretty fantastic, but it's $6.49, which seems kind of steep. My son is in first grade, so he's starting to learn multiplication, subtraction, and these are pretty cool. You could click them, and then the answer pops up. They're not cheap. They're $10 each, but I think you might like the gamification of learning this way. Walking into the final Goodwill of the day. These bowls are wonderful, and they're only $1.99 each, which is incredible. And also, look at all these cute little friends. I am losing my mind over all of them, especially this guy. Thankfully, I noticed that this guy had a crack before I bought it, which is a change since I've been buying so many pieces. They have flaws and I don't realize them. And this guy has a few. There's some chips around one of the sides, so I think I'm gonna leave them behind, unfortunately. I'm usually not one for gourds, but this one is adorable. I'm still not gonna bring it home, but that face is so cute. Just grabbed this off the shelf. $7.99. I don't come across round ones very often, so very excited about this. So I'm finding so many things, I need to grab a cart. So I got this brass candle holder and this very cool little pedestal and an adorable little Yellowstone wood box. So I just grabbed this guy off of a new cart, a really pretty blue ashtray, this basket, and I also grabbed this, which I like how simple it is, and the wood frame is really good. And it is, let's see how much it is, $6.99. I spotted this, but realized it is repaired. The glaze is so good though. Well, that was a very successful end to my thrifting day. I got a bunch of great stuff at that Goodwill stop. So we're back home in my studio space, and I wanted to show you guys the lamp in more detail because it's so cute, I could burst. I can't believe that I'm now in my shell era and I manifested somehow a brass shell lamp like this. It's just like insane. Like I have a shell here. I have the cool shell that I got recently, and now I have the most adorable lamp in the whole world, and it actually works. So 3, 2, 1. It's just so cute. So I'm gonna put it right here behind me. So when I'm filming with this as my backdrop, it's kind of a bummer that I'm covering up like all the pretty styled areas. And then this right here is just where I have all my candle holders stored. And it's like, okay, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not like special. And I thought, oh, given that this is a lot higher than the other side, I have plenty of room to put a cute little lamp. and I can style it on some books, and I can take all these away, and it will just be like a happier, cuter moment. So very excited that this is now the reason why I get to redo this, and I have like a total vision for it. So when I do make changes to that, I will show you guys how it turns out. But oh, I love lamp. I love this lamp. I mean, I love the last lamp that I just picked up, but this one, so cute. So now we're in the chair. I actually have a couple more things to show you that I did not get in footage that I picked up the other day when I was running errands. I got this crazy looking carved wood dude. I mean, his face, totally sad. Like, I don't want to know this guy. He seems like he'd be a bit of a downer. But I absolutely had to pick him up. He was $7, but I had a coupon because it was from Value Village. I got this really cute frame, which I just loved the floral detail. So it's actually wood painted, and it has the floral detail right there, which I thought was so cute. And then one of you mentioned in my last video that you wanted to see the ashtray, because I totally forgot to include the footage where I was actually picking it up. So this is the ashtray that I got. I thought it was really, really cool. I loved just the bright colors of it. I thought it was just kind of a weird, quirky ashtray, and ashtrays definitely sell. And then I got this lidded wood box, which I thought was really great. This needs to be cleaned up a little bit, so I got to do that. And then we're just like rapid fire going through this stuff. So I got this really beautiful deviled egg platter. Deviled egg platters always are a seller. People are shopping for them all the time, but we're definitely heading into the season for this because Easter's coming up and then summer's coming up. So if you find these at the thrift store, definitely pick them up because they always sell. And one thing I totally forgot to show you in my last haul is this adorable Canadian goose cross stitch. I thought it was really, really lovely, and I really liked the gold frame. So this was $8, really good. And then one last thing to show you is this really beautiful picture frame. These wood ones sell really well. People love them, especially when they're in this like more medium tone. I have one more in my studio space somewhere, and I think I might sell them as a set. At least try on Etsy first, otherwise it would go into my booth. Now someone asked me recently, do I put pictures in my frames? And I don't, and it's because I'm lazy, not because it's not a good idea. I would say if you can and have the time, definitely put a picture in it because it probably will help it sell, especially if it's something cute and then someone has like not only a picture frame, but they have an art piece, like that's a bonus. I'm just really lazy and haven't done that yet. I just like slap them in my booth and let the person who buys it decides what they want to put in it. Okay, so that completes the in-studio haul portion of the video. Not a ton of stuff to show you, but I feel like it's always fun just to see the other things that I'm picking up when I'm out and about. Anything in the Thrift With Me footage is going to be available on Etsy. It's usually linked down below, but if you see something that you want that probably ended up at my booth, just let me know, and sometimes I can grab it before it sells there. Thank you so much for watching today, and I can't wait to see you in my next thrifting and decorating video. Take care.